Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 17 of the November daily draws. So, as we begin a new week, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Forest of Enchantment Oracle. So, let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. And we have the Strength card, a very good Strength card. I think we've had the Strength come out before, haven't we? And this again, it comes to reminders. Now and again, it's good to get a reminder of previous messages and draws that we've had so far this month. It's just to keep things refreshing in our mind, that so that it's not just a once and for all thing. It's good to remind ourselves of these things every now and again, because it can drift from our minds, and to get it really established as a principle that we try and follow. It's good to be reminded, and this is why I believe the strength cards come out. That's why I believe we get. I mean, obviously, by probability, you could say that you're going to get repeat cards, and of course you can. That's a valid argument, but I think sometimes the timing is also, sort of appropriate as well. That sometimes, the strength card tends to come when we feel that perhaps we're losing a little bit of that stamina to continue, or if we're feeling a bit weary and we need to get that inner reservoir of strength and resilience to carry on. And the card comes to remind us that we do have it within us. So there is that. There's there are times when we need to be reminded that yes, you are capable of doing this. Don't give up. Keep going. Have the strength and resilience. Because this to me is all about inner strength. It's about strength of character. It's about resilience that's been built up through experience, where we've had to push through and go to the end despite how tiring and how hard it's been for us. And when we do that, and it's been really hard for us, but we've achieved it, that's like working a muscle, and it strengthens us for next time. And it could be, we still have to put effort in, and it's still a challenge. But maybe it's a little bit easier because our muscles been built up a bit more, so our resilience is a bit stronger and a bit easier to tap into. So, but as I say, I'd like any muscle, if we don't use it for a while, it begins to lose its shape and strength, and we need to build it back up again. So, and that's okay. Sometimes we let things drift by the wayside, and we need to pick things back up again and gather ourselves together. And that's okay if that happens. Don't be too hard on yourself if you find that you've let things drop and you've not been able to carry on with something because you've run out of that inner strength, or it's not sustained you because you've let things drop in that way. It's all part of life. It's all part of being human. And I wasn't going to say this, so there's a reason I'm saying that. Maybe there are people out there that feel as if they failed and have quit something because they didn't have the strength to carry on. And if that is the case, it's okay. It happens. We're human. It's happened to me. It's happened to most people that I know, if not everybody that I know. Sometimes we think we're the only ones that it happens to, but believe me, it isn't. And the real strength comes in that situation. And it's expressed in the phrase that the real test of character is not that we don't fall down, The real strength of character is that we get back up again and carry on. So if you feel that you've fallen down, that doesn't diminish your strength of character. In fact, this is the opportunity for your strength of character to be really demonstrated and put into motion by getting yourself back together and continuing with what you were doing. If you possible, continue where you left off. If not, start fresh. If you don't feel you could continue with what you were doing before, you think it's too late or it's not feasible anymore, start something new with a new resolve, with a new strength character, with new strength and new resilience. Summon up that inner strength. Learn from the experience. Let that experience of it may have tired you out to the point where you fell, but giving you a little bit of time to recover, you'll be stronger through it if you approach it the right way. So dust yourself off, get back up, and either continue with what you were doing, pick it up where you left off, or as near to it as you can, or start something new. Have the strength of character to say, okay, that was not to be, or that wasn't for me. I went as far as I could. I can't go any further with it. Put that down to experience, put that in the past, and let's carry on and do something new. And that is strength of character. That is resilience. That is good. That is carrying on in the face of adversity and things not going right. That's where that resilience comes in. So don't write yourself off. This is what this card says. You can do this. Now, of course, the strength card to me also is about that strength of character, to keep the wild side of ourselves in check. We don't reduce the power of that wild side, but we channel how we express it. We don't lash out impulsively. And sometimes when we've fallen, when we've lost control of something, when things have fallen apart, sometimes we can wildly lash out impulsively out of panic and insecurity. And that's where we need to have that strength of character to restrain that sufficiently to help us not to do something we're going to regret later. Yes, we can have the power of that side, but channel it with focus and purpose, and in a way that's constructive and not destructive. And that's the other underlying message of this card today. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Okay. And we have another collective community. Brownies and beer. Brownies and beer. Right, well, whether you drink or not, do something, have a bit of a celebration, have a bit of fun, a bit of a party if need be. Cheer yourself up, rebuild your strength in whichever way you can. And have that community spirit too. Other people can be good at encouraging you. The right people, of course. There are people that will make things worse, but if you've got good friends and everything, they can encourage you, keep you going, spur you on when you feel like giving up. They can be part of your strength. The strength of community can be here. And it's not brownies and bees. Brownies and beer, it's brownies and bees. I've just looked at it again. Productiveness. You can be productive. You have the ability to be productive. Bees, obviously, are very busy. You do have the strength to do what you need to do. That's what this card is saying to you. you can carry on. Summon up that inner strength, and you'll be there. You can get that job done. Perhaps with so working with others, teamwork maybe can help you, because then again, as I say, we can encourage and sustain one another. So either individually or collectively, we can have the resilience and strength to do what we need to do, even in tough times, and we can support one another. And that, to me, is the message of the cards today. Okay, so that's today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 18. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.